What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, people? What's up? It is a Monday. Hey now. It's a Monday all day, right? Hey, people. I have the opportunity to have that one. That's my oldest. That's my Jared. My son, my oldest son, is going to be here tonight. He's going to sit in with us. We're going to talk a little music and whatever else comes up, but we're going to go that route tonight. But again, like I said before, it's a Monday, all day today. Had a good day today. I guess I can't complain too much the way the day went. One of the things that I definitely want to start off with tonight and let you all know, so it's official. It's official now. I will be filing on Monday to run for lieutenant governor on the ticket with Brian Collier. I'll be on Brian Collier's ticket, and I am running to be the lieutenant governor of this state of Minnesota. I think it's time for a change. I think a change needs to happen, and I think we need people in office that's actually going to make a difference and that's going to do something. I think we need people in office with some checks and balances to make sure that when these people turn over these stupid bills, they won't be signed. And I will make sure that they won't be signed. Like I said, I'm running for office not to work for you. I'm running for office to work with you. So I've been waiting to make this announcement. I went down to Mabel, Minnesota this weekend. We started off down there making our plea of why we feel that we could run this state a lot better than the people who are actually call themselves running this state. You guys put this state in the hands of a group of people, and that group of people failed you. Period, point blank. And I think we all can agree on that they actually failed you and in doing their work. So as of Monday, I will be officially on the ticket, and we're going to be ready to go, man. We're going all over Minnesota. We're going to tell people that we really want to make a difference, that we really want to do things different. I want to be a lieutenant governor to be out in the streets. I don't plan on being behind a desk. I don't plan on being what Peggy Flanagan was doing, which basically is nothing. I plan on being out there dealing with, talking with real people, dealing with poor people, and finding out how we can help those people. But anyway, that's my 2 cents for right now. Again, I have my son here. We're going to be talking about music and whatever else he wants to sit here and have a talk about. So I wanted to bring him on tonight, and we're going to have at it. So y'all sit back, and if something you guys want to talk about, want us to talk about, want to know or ask any questions, go ahead and put them on the screen. We will make sure we get to them. I am on it tonight. I know last night I was really bad. Hey Josh, how you doing? Josh is in the house tonight. How we doing, Josh? Last night I was really bad. And guess what? I found out today. Well, my son just showed me that not only am I on YouTube, but apparently I'm on Twitch, and I didn't even know it. Had zero clue. So that tells you how much I know about this stuff. Pretty much is zero. It pretty much is zero. It's awesome to see family. Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is. Enjoy all my family, all of them. My youngest, I think he has a YouTube channel too. You ever watch Andre's stuff? Move up.
Yeah, I have. I watched this a couple times. It's a little long though. I don't. I do more short form content most of the time. So anything that's longer than like 2 hours, I sometimes just can't focus on too much. So,
Anything longer than 2 hours.
yeah, it's a movie at that point.
But anyway, so basically, what happened was, and I told you guys about it, right? So I had said I was on Facebook, right, and I had said that I did not understand the words of Kendrick Lamar because I don't listen to today's rap. I'm an old school rapper. I listen to old school rap all the time. So I didn't understand. I got the message, right? So I got the message. What I did not get was what he was saying.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it was because of the audio.
Yes.
At the studio. So that's how this whole thing pretty much came about, right? And you were saying that Public Enemy, there you go. I'm a Public Enemy, EPMD, LL Cool J, Run DMC. So we got the music connoisseur here that's basically going to break this whole thing down for us and tell us why us old farts what we're missing, or we're missing the beat in today's music.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't think it's. I think music is secular. Secular. It's a circle, right? So, the best example I have of you old farts, as you put it, is back in the 70s show, right? That 70s show. The dad, Red, didn't really like the music that the kids were playing. It's like every generation you're going to, the music is going to change a bit. And then the previous generation is going to be like, I don't understand this. I don't get this. And then, like I said on that Facebook post that I posted, in 30 years, I'll probably be saying the same thing. Like, I'm just not hip to whatever it is that this now new generation is calling music, I guess.
Well, I think what's going to happen, and you can see it's happening, like Lamar Ball's son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like some of the things that he said in there, and we're going to get into that in a second. But
Jello.
Yep. There we go.
Yep.
That song he put out,
yeah,
that's 90s flow.
That is the flow of Juvenile.
Right. What I'm saying, that's the 90s flow that I'm used to.
You're used to Juvenile?
Exactly. But I'm saying the way he was flowing.
Yeah, the cadence
that he got.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That cadence is what we 90s are used to.
Okay.
So what I think is going to happen here pretty soon, because his song was so popular.
Yeah.
And the way his flow was, and he's bringing it back to the old school, like people like me.
Mm-hmm.
That is about to take off again. I think his flow, the way he did it, like I said, I don't like the words that he has in there, and I understood every single one of them when I'm listening to his get up. So when, like you said, years from now, I think what's going to happen is, because you're used to that music, you're used to that flow, because it's coming back around, and it's going to last for a couple of years, you're not going to be on the same level of saying that's not good music. Like, I forgot my list, right? I forgot my list of drill music. I got a whole...
I can rattle it off in the back of my head.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I have a whole list of
foreign
drill artists who are dead.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'm saying is, that type, what I'm meaning when I say I'm not used to the music,
Yeah.
it's that music I'm not used to.
Yeah, that one section of hip hop that you're like, I don't like that. You're not used to the drill genre of hip hop then.
Or what I don't like about hip hop today is every other word, because I'm trying to think of who did I just put out on
Gorilla. There was a Gorilla song.
Ah.
Like how many
times can you say nigga?
Yeah. But there's a song with Busta Rhymes that I listened to today that he literally says it a ridiculous amount of times.
And I left Busta Rhymes alone. And you had said Biggie. Once I found out, you ever notice you don't hear me listening to Biggie or any of that
No, not
stuff?
anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Once I found out that he sold drugs to poison the community, I had to let him go. Even though I loved Biggie. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, we used to listen to him all the time.
But I found out that the drugs, just like Jay-Z, you don't hear me here playing Jay-Z. If you're going to poison the community and then make music to hurt the community also, I can't listen to you. So that's why I stopped listening to some of the music coming into this here, where we're at now with Kendrick Lamar. Right. So that's why when I heard Kendrick on, because I literally I've only song I've ever heard of him is the what's the one that he went after Drake with?
Not Like Us.
Not
Like Us has been the only song.
That's the only. That's why I told you when y'all said that, I got on YouTube.
Yep.
And every one of his songs he did at the Super Bowl,
you listened to?
I listened to it.
Did you like him?
And that's not what. That's what I'm telling you.
Do you like Humble?
That's not my. Yeah, I like. No, I like. What? Well, no. What's the S one? Squabble
Up.
There we'll go.
You like that song?
I like. I like that song. I like the flow of the song. See, for me, it's the flow, because in the night you had Public Enemy or EPMD. You know, EPMD was doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. It's a flow. So when he was rapping, he rapped to that flow. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like what Kendrick Lamar does today. Is he talk? Today's rappers talk over the flow. That's why Lamar Ball's boy. That's why his was so good.
It's a different tempo though. Like you're saying that like they go along, because I was like, to prepare for this today, I typed in like on Spotify like 80s hip hop, and you know you get your NWA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pass all that, because they talk about things that we're not. And I was trying to find artists that like you said LL Cool J, and I listened to that and I was like, yes, he's very like directly on the beat.
On the beat.
Kendrick Lamar is also on the beat. It's just the beat is not as boom bap as what you guys are used to. Like Minnesota, if you ever actually go to like a show in Minnesota, like listen to Minnesota artists, they're very Juice Lord. You'd like him a lot. He is a Minnesota artist, St. Paul artist, and he's very boom bappy. But Kendrick, I would say, he doesn't rap as slow, I guess, for a lot of people. But there are songs in which he isn't. It's not like a Busta Rhymes where he's spitting really really fast though. Like I wouldn't say Kendrick Lamar is a fast rapper.
No, he's not
at all compared to
or Drake.
Yeah, none of them are fast rappers. It's just the tempo is a little different, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's almost like they because usually when they like LL Cool J is on the 1 and 4. Mm-hmm. It's almost like they're on the 1 and 3. It's like the, you know, that's just my thought on there. Is I couldn't get with even when I was listening to Kendrick, I could not really get with his flow. It was like, okay, all right. But I can see people growing up on that and not on the normal music I'm used to listening to. He said it's different talking about the struggle and overcoming the stuff glorified. Right. And so when he did the Super Bowl, was it more? Was it really the audio, or was he just doing? Who was the mumble? The Three Amigos.
It's the Migos.
Okay.
I know you know that. It's not the Three Amigos. It's the Migos. Okay.
No, I thought it was the Three Amigos. Wasn't it three of them?
There are three. There's two of them now. One is
dead.
dead.
One is dead, but I thought it was. That's why I said three.
Yep. Migos is the rap group.
Okay, so that rap group
Mm-hmm.
was. Come on, we gotta admit they was trash.
No, the Migos are one of the Migos are the Beatles of rap.
Oh my god!
I just got done talking with Amante about this. The Migos literally changed the way, and there will probably be another. There will never be another hip hop rap group that becomes that popular ever again.
I don't know why they was popular, because they was just mumbling words.
I would say, here we go. So then this also will help too. A lot of the newer age, and I guess we'd have to say, like your Little Uzi Verts, your even Young Thug, which I'm surprised you don't like Little Uzi Vert, because Little Uzi Vert doesn't talk about like gang stuff.
I don't even know a Uzi Vert.
Gotcha. And the Migos, they use their voices as instruments as well. So, like, the Migos, the thing that made the Migos so special was their ad-libbing. Like, not only are they rapping, but right at the very end of their, like, rap, whatever, there'd be an ad-lib that just adds more to the song, basically, that keeps it going. Would be the best way I would describe it. Like, even their flow of how they rap, people started to rap like that because it was so popular, and we had never heard anything like that. How they would chop up their flow like that.
Well, I think they messed me. I think they messed music and hip hop up.
But why?
Because you couldn't understand them. There was nothing to what they. I mean, I guess if you woke up and you didn't know what music was, and that's what you heard, then okay. But I just didn't get them. I didn't get that whole group, the way they rapped at all, or any part of their music.
But have you? I guess that's the other thing. Like you know how you say, like, the first time you heard Kendrick Lamar was the Not Like Us track. And then you went and you tried to listen to some of his songs, and like you couldn't. How many Migos songs? How many, like, have you listened to Culture, which is their first album that they actually, like, their first studio album is called Culture? Have you ever listened to that?
No.
I would say we should listen to it. We should sit down and we should listen to Culture. And if you need, like, we can fine tune it so, like, we can listen to more of the audio part of it. But, like, it's good. It's like it changed the way rap made. And I don't know, like, because I used to listen, like, I was born in 1990. I listened to the music that you listened to, and then after that I started listening. It was the whole, like, dance music with, like, them Fanshy Boys and Laffy Taffy and stuff like that. So people would be, you know, the snap music.
Yeah.
So it was that, and then it moved on to, like, Kanye West came out and made it popular to be like a sad boy rapper at one point.
See, and even Kanye West, I can honestly say I've only heard 3 of his songs. I don't even listen to Kanye West.
Kanye West, not now, but Kanye West was a musical genius back in the day. Like Graduation, College Dropout, all of those are amazing.
None of that. I didn't. No, College Dropout. I did. That I did. I did.
Yeah.
I did that one.
Yeah.
I sat and I actually listened to that. Kelly said, "Didn't have you like Jello song."
Me either.
Tweak it on. Oh yeah,
I'm also
because
confused.
it's an old beat. I can get with his get up because it's an old beat. If you listen, like I said, if you go back and in the day and you listen to the beat and then you listen to his song, that right there, I was like, that's the beat that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the flow that I'm talking about. All of this here other stuff, or like Kanye. Kanye had good beats and he just talked over stuff. Kanye really, I mean, you think about it, Kanye didn't really rap. Listen to some of the stuff that he put out. Go ahead and play something on that. But Kanye didn't really rap. He talked a lot.
What? No, Kanye was a rapper.
Yeah, he was a talker.
What are you talking about?
He was more and people and because people called him a genius, then all of a sudden he was a genius. Kanye, you know, look at the man. Think about the stuff that he do. Y'all gonna call that man a genius?
No. Now, yes. Now, Kanye West has always been. There's a guy that I'll show you his stuff later on. He does a really good deep dive into Kanye West and who he was and who he probably always has been. Like, I feel like Kanye West has always been a person who, wherever the mainstream was the opposite, that's where Kanye wanted to go. Like, the guy talks about, like, during Hurricane Katrina back in 2008, how, like, the mainstream was it wasn't mainstream to be, like, very outspoken about black issues. So that's why Kanye West was like, George Bush doesn't care about black people, right? But if that wasn't the case, he was right in that, but Kanye West only...
George Bush didn't.
No, he did. But Kanye West only said that because it was the opposite of what was cool, right?
Right.
And now that the opposite of cool is being a Nazi, Kanye West is like, I want to be a Nazi now. He's always just looking to be the opposite because that's what he thinks is cool. But Kanye West, up until 2010, was a musical genius. On
what though?
What are you talking about?
Well, play.
I will.
Pull it up.
Hang on.
Pull it up so I can show you. So I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Because I
think a
think
song called Jesus Walks.
That I heard that song. That's the other one that I heard that he talks to.
Because he's
talking. What do you mean whatchamacallit?
Hang on. He's I need to find the actual. It's not Good Night or Homecoming. Can't tell me nothing. Where is that one song at?
See, we don't have no more. We need to have some more. Gold Digger. She said Gold Digger is great. It's a great song. And but he's
Diamonds?
He's not really rapping in Gold Digger. He's talking. He's talking. We don't own the rights to this music. Anything you hear, we don't own the rights to. But I just want to make a point. He's trying to sing there. See, there's no flow there, though. That's not a flow. That's not Lonzo Ball. Yeah, but he's talking though. It's more of a talk. It's more of a I'm gonna get you and bring you back, and all we gonna do is just sit on the couch and have a good time, and it's not the rock the bells like Run DMC.
Because
it's tricky to rock a rhyme, that's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Kanye West at that point in time wasn't that's later Kanye, but like 2004 to 2010 was Kanye, like he mixed and mastered all of this by himself. Like he made these beats and then he rapped over them because he wanted to be a rapper also. And then after that, that's when you got like when you go to like Watch the Throne and Yeezus, you'll get those like hard hitting. I mean, even Welcome to Heartbreak. Amazing. Yeah, he talk raps, basically. I don't know what to tell you. Like, but he is rapping. It's just not as like he's a softer he's like a softer artist, I would say. Cuz that's how you get a Drake. That's why Drake can just like
I've never heard one song of Drake's.
You don't have to. It's all right. It's not cool. It's not cool to listen to Drake.
I've never heard
Do you know who Kid Cudi is?
I don't know who a Kid Cudi is.
So Kid Cudi is my favorite rapper of all time. Kid Cudi got me through the best of times and the worst of times. And if it wasn't for Kanye West, there would be no Kid Cudi. And Kid Cudi does the exact same thing that you're talking about. Where he like
She said Drake is garbage. Oh my goodness.
Drake is kind of garbage nowadays.
She said Drake. You know, I've never heard a song that Drake has put out. So I couldn't tell you anything about Drake at all.
So Drake also used to be really good in the very beginning because he also was a soft-spoken rapper. Where like the whole rap game changed when Kanye West showed up because it showed that you didn't have to be a gangster rapper. Because before Kanye West, he was this mafioso, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, NWA. You had to be a person from the streets and have lived a hard life. Nas, and then like one of the people in here was talking about how like there's a difference between glorifying it and then just talking about like where you're from. That's all of that music. All of that music before Kanye West was people who lived a certain lifestyle and then were talking.
Yeah, Biggie, all them, the Mace and all them dudes.
Yeah, they were talking about what they had lived through.
Yep. Right.
Kanye West changed all of that and made it so that a kid who went to an art school and at one point lived in China didn't have to just make beats. He could also be an artist, and then he could also be more emotional.
Well, like Pharrell. Pharrell is not a rapper.
Yeah.
But Pharrell is a genius.
Yeah, Pharrell makes...
Yeah. He's a genius.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. And Pharrell also makes completely different types of music, though, because Pharrell does make your, like things that you want to, like, party to and stuff. I still think you could play College Dropout at a party and people would like it, but Pharrell definitely makes, like, more dancier tunes and stuff like that.
So I wasn't wrong in saying that if you didn't listen to, like a lot of the white people were upset, right? For not being able to understand Kendrick Lamar.
A lot of white people were upset because they couldn't understand him?
Yeah.
It's because they're not used to having somebody who doesn't. I guess they would say you're probably used to rappers having backtracks. That's what I told you that was missing.
A backtrack.
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar doesn't rap with a backtrack, meaning the song is not playing behind him. It's just an instrumental. So you're only getting Kendrick Lamar when you're at a Kendrick Lamar concert. Kind of like a
But you would think, again, like I said, because the scope, the globe, the stage he was on,
mm-hmm.
because like I said, this is my whole beef with them, is they would made it very, very clear to people like myself and other people who did not listen to this. If that's my first time seeing that artist, I'm gonna be pissed.
Be pissed. I mean, let me just help you and your audience out. Kendrick Lamar wasn't there for anybody who wasn't already a Kendrick Lamar fan.
Right. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, no.
But it's the Super Bowl.
That's perfect. Everyone who loves Kendrick Lamar we're very happy that Kendrick Lamar is at the Super Bowl.
That's a point that I'm making right there.
What?
It shouldn't be that way.
What way?
It shouldn't be that y'all who like him was happy, but for people like me, I'm like, get new kids on the block.
Did you go and listen to his music afterwards?
I only did it because y'all got it.
Did you go and listen to his music afterwards?
Time out. Only reason I went and listened to his music afterwards is because y'all got on me
Yep.
on Facebook
Okay.
because of what I said. That was the only. If y'all hadn't have said anything, I wouldn't have went and listened. She said, ask him if
I like the Wu-Tang.
he liked the Wu-Tang.
Waycron the Chef is my favorite Wu-Tang member. I have a album that's personally signed by him, actually. Which again, can't listen to Wu-Tang either, because Wu-Tang also talk about drugs and stuff like that. So what are you gonna do? All rappers from the '90s talk about drugs and things like that.
Yeah, but we don't. I don't think they talk about drugs like they do. Like Lil Wayne,
The Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang talk about drugs a little bit, but
Oh.
we know we know what they're talking about. They basically talking about weed.
No, they're talking about cooking up on the Pyrex. That's
Well,
cooking.
Yes. True.
Yes.
Understood.
No. Oh.
Understood.
I think what the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But what I was saying was
Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm. When we were talking about his music.
Okay.
Now, see, I can't even say I've heard a few bars from Lil Wayne. You know, when he's talking about the juice and all this here type of stuff. Syrup. Thank you very much. I was close. That I don't listen to his music at all.
Oh, you should.
I don't because I don't like some of the stuff that he says. I just have a hard time with them saying nigga all the time.
But why?
Nigga this and
nigga.
Because
do you not like the word?
I don't like the. Was that a word in our house?
No.
Right?
No.
You didn't. That word was never used in our house.
Nope.
Right?
No.
Okay. Because it was not when I was growing up. We did not use it in. My grandmother didn't use it.
Mm-hmm.
My mother didn't use it. My father didn't use it. My pop didn't use it. Yeah. No one used that word because that word did not mean what y'all tried to take it and try to make it act like it mean. Mm-hmm. And then in rap music, it's not what y'all try to make it be today. Everybody's talking about it's a word of endearment. But yet, the word is used to say, I'm going to shoot this nigga.
I mean, I could just say person, too. It's the same thing. It's just a placement holder for whoever it is that I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I get that. I just think that it is being overly used. It's like you have to say, like that gorilla. I think it's so disrespectful. It's so ugly to hear a woman use that word. That's just how, I don't know. I'm old school, I know. But for a black woman, what gorilla used that word, the way she used that word in her music,
okay,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Why don't you why wouldn't you, do you say the same thing about black men then who use that word?
Yeah, I look at black men the same way who use that word. I sit there and go, there's no reason for us.
But do you think it's distasteful and like the way that you said, like for her, a black woman to have that word come out her mouth, right? Are you saying the same thing as like when Kendrick Lamar says the word nigga, it's a distasteful thing that a young black man shouldn't say that word shouldn't come out their mouth?
We shouldn't use the word at all because the word is not meant for us to use it at all. That word should have been buried when Jesse Jackson buried and Al Sharpton buried that word a long time ago. But for some reason, saying the word nigga gets a reaction. And I even say it this way. If I'm a white person and I go and I download Kendrick Lamar's song or Gorilla's song, and I'm on a bus, I paid for that song.
You didn't, but okay. Most music isn't paid for. It's all you're only renting it.
Okay, but you know what I mean.
You're renting the
because
song.
Well, no,
you're
because
just saying because I'm listening to because the person's listening to the song.
If I paid for it, if I bought that CD.
Okay, so you bought a CD.
I bought a CD.
Cool.
I bought every word on that CD, correct?
No.
Why not?
Because the person who technically owns it is the person who's rapping on it.
No, I own that CD now. I bought it.
No, you own a CD, but you do not own any of the words.
No. No, what I'm saying, technically, when I buy this CD, I should be able to say every word on that CD.
Oh, okay. I was trying to go one way with this to be like technically what, but we can go down this path too. Sure. And you also own every right to get punched in the
See,
mouth.
that's what I was about to say.
Yes.
I should not be, but I shouldn't get punched in the mouth.
On, can I finish
if a black artist put it on this here and I buy it, see, that's the thing about it. Who buys most of the music, though?
White people.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I said that in that thing.
Right, no, I know that. Yeah, but I'm saying white people buy most of the music.
Why do white people buy hip hop music though?
Help me out.
White children, especially white youth,
kids,
buy hip hop music because they want to fantasize what it's like to be black.
That's right.
Right?
That's true.
Sure.
That's true.
Go
I know
ahead.
that.
Run
a lot
around
of them
and
said
fantasize that.
Well, they can, but they should be able to say what's on the day.
They
I
can.
bought it.
They can.
There should be no repercussions. But there should be no repercussions on me saying what I bought. That's what I'm saying.
You don't like it. I try to do my best to respect you when I'm in your home because I say the N-word all the time. The only two times I don't say it are when I'm in this house around you and when I'm at work. Somehow, some way, I don't know how it works, but I'm able to just flip a switch and not say it at all. Second I get home, I just let it loose, right? They don't have to say it. They don't have to say it.
They don't have to put it in the music.
No. I can put whatever I want in the music. But you, as a black person, right? Because I am talking about my experiences as a black person. Now, as a white person, if you want to... What I was going to say is, there may be black people out there, just like how you don't like the N-word, right? And I don't mind it. Okay? There may be black people out there that are okay with white people saying the N-word, right? And you might be able to walk down the street and you can say all day long and nothing happens to you. And you might walk down the street and you might have three brothers who are like, what did you just say? And you're like, you can't tell me what to say. And they punch you right in the mouth. Now, was it right they punched you in the mouth? I have no idea.
No, all right? It wasn't right.
Me, I'd just be like, I don't want you to say, can you not say that word around me? Now, if the person looks me dead in the face and says it again, I'm going to punch him in his mouth.
For what, though? You can say it.
Because I just told you not to say it around me.
But they're only saying it because it's in the music. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. No. Hold on now. They're saying it because it's in the music. Yes. Okay. I'm not saying they're walking around saying it like you all say when you were around your friends.
Yeah, they say
That's
it
not
anyway.
what I'm talking about.
No, hang on a second. Let's not act like the N-word doesn't get said when black people aren't around anyway. So like to say that the white people are only saying the N-word because it's in the music. No. We can go down that road in a second. Yeah. I'm saying in the music. Okay. I'm not saying white. I'm sure. So we give them license to be able to.
Because it's in the music.
Okay. Sure.
They got the license because you know as well as I do.
They do.
If they're sitting on a bus and they're humming it in their head, when they get to that nigger part, they're saying nigger.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say it.
But they can't. So what you're saying is they can't say it out loud.
To me.
So if you're sitting on a bus.
Yep.
And this dude is humming Gorilla.
Okay.
And he gets to that part.
And he says that part.
He's singing the whole song. He's rapping the whole song. He gets to that part and he says the nigga part when she, I don't know how many times she says it in her songs, like 50 times.
First of all, he wouldn't listen to that song. It's a love song about women going through domestic dispute. But I understand what you're saying.
But what I'm saying, it's a song.
Yep.
All her music, pretty much, she says nigga.
Every rapper almost.
Every rapper.
There's one. I found you one, by the way, if you want everyone to listen to him. I found you one that you'd love, and he doesn't say it at all.
Who?
His name is Tobe Naegwe. I went to a concert of his. He makes really good, like, hip-hop. He's from Nigeria, but he was born and raised in Houston. And he has a wife. He has a black wife. They got like 9 kids because they just keep having babies. And he makes like if you took Kurt Franklin and then you took I don't even know like a gangster rapper and you mix them together. He doesn't swear. He doesn't.
He's a Christian rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he talks about the Lord all the time.
I will check him out.
This guy.
I'll check him out
Anyway.
and see what the deal is.
Yeah, I should be able to look at him and be like, hey, man, I don't want you to say that to me. I don't want you to say that word no more.
Now, I can see if he walks up to you. Hold on, I can see if he walk up to you and be like, man, you know, even if he came up and go, you my nigga.
Why, hang on a second. What, there we go. Where does that person that we're talking about on the bus, right? Where is it that they can connect to that word?
Because if I have the music, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but who in the connection of that word, right?
Turk?
We have it where white people used to use it as a racial slur, right?
True.
And then black people at one point in our lives, we were like,
in our goofy time.
Yep. We decided that we're going to drop the ER on there. We're going to add an A. We're going to make it a slang word, and we're going to call each other it, right? As a term of endearment, right?
Richard Pryor. It's Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor did it?
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor was like, everybody, this
Fred
is a term of
Sanford.
endearment.
Red Fox.
Yep.
They basically brought that word back in that form
and turned it into a you and me type of thing, right? Like you are my is you. That is something that we share in common.
That's right.
Where does this white person share that connection with us? Other than the only connection you have to that word is a racist background to it.
No.
Yeah.
I get where you go. I get what you're talking about. If a white person walks up to you and call you the N-word out of hostility, I get that part.
Only out of hostility?
Only out of hostility.
What if?
But if he's saying it in the music that's out here today, that's not towards you.
So if
that's not towards you. If I'm listening to a gorilla song and she says the N-word 50 times.
Hang on. I can also because I want to talk about more stuff than this. How many white people are getting punched in the face for saying the N-word? I literally went to a concert the other day with Bertina, and it was a Big X the Plug concert. You know how many black people were there? Like
Probably
7.
6.
Yes. You know how many white people were there? The whole crowd.
Whole million.
Do you know how many times Big X the Plug says the N-word? A lot. The guy next to me? Hang on. The guy next to me didn't say it the entire time. The entire time I was next to him. Didn't say it one time.
Because you was probably next to him.
Everybody else who also was around said it all the time. What was I going to do? Go up to each one of them? Hey. And can you not say that, please?
And that's my point. It's saying it's in the music.
Okay.
So they have a right to say
Dude,
it.
say whatever you want.
Right.
Someone might punch you, though. Just
but they
sure.
shouldn't. That's what...
But it might happen. What am I going to tell you?
They should not. People shouldn't be punching white people for saying the N-word if it's in music.
Look, white people shouldn't be saying the N-word.
Then they should take the N-word out of the music.
If there was a word that if country music is probably going to make a big comeback at some point in the next like 15 years. If white people start calling each other's crackers again, at no point am I going to be listening to the song and feeling like I got to say cracker for some strange reason.
I have never, you know what? And that's the funny part about it. I've never heard a white person get mad at another white person and say, cracker, I'm going to shoot you.
I've never heard another black person say that either.
It's in drill rap.
That's because it's in the
Nigga,
rap.
I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
They mean it, and they went out and shot them.
Oh, they already did it most of the time. Drill rap. They snitching on themselves. They had already done the thing they're talking about. Drill, you got to think of drill rap. Like, I understand that, like, drill, like, I say it like this. You've seen The Wire, right? The show The Wire?
Yes.
You've seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
Great show.
It's amazing.
Great show.
At no
if
point,
you have never seen The Wire, please watch it.
You should. But at no point in The Wire do they show that Wallace or any of those young kids are listening to gangster hip-hop music and becoming drug dealers. It shows you that even shows you with when you get to the school, when they finally get to season 4, when it's talking about how the school structures are set up. If you're living in the abject poverty that you're living in, and then you got gang members around you anyway. They're going to try to recruit you because they need young, captivating people to do to handle the drugs. And if you handle the drugs well enough, they'll promote you. And once they promote you, then you get into the gang. Drill music isn't making kids go out there and be like, I want to ride on my ops like that. No, they already were in the gangs beforehand and then started doing that.
So they was already listening to music before they start making the music.
Yeah, most drill rappers listen to music, but they listen to other stuff, like King Von. I'm pretty sure you know who that is because that's one of your list people.
Yep.
Right.
I actually listened to some of his stuff.
Yep. How old is King Von?
I'm traumatized after listening to his stuff.
And man, he makes good workout music.
Traumatized. Wasp said, "Dude, my kids hadn't heard it until black kids were." And I'll give you a story on that. He said my kids hadn't heard it until black kids were calling each other the N-word. So I'm in Walmart. I'm in Walmart, and I've got 1, 2, 3 black kids in front of me. I got white people behind me, and white people are in front of. So they're sitting here talking to each other, and the whole time they was talking to each other, you know what they were saying? Oh, my nigga this and oh, my nigga that. So all the white people are looking at me like, are you gonna say something? I'm looking at them like, no, that's just what we do. That's how we do things. We call each other that word, that ugly, nasty word.
But why is it that I have to like they're looking at me as if like they're like, oh, you should not speak like that when you're in and around us, like
because they can't say it.
Because who can't say it?
What? Because the white people.
Wait, no.
Gonna.
But the white people, when they were looking at you, weren't looking at you in a way of being like, can we say it? It was, like you just said, they wanted you to be like, can you have them not talk like that?
Right.
Because they think it's unpolite and unruly because we're in their space and we need to make sure that they feel comfortable.
Yeah, pretty much. I felt uncomfortable. Hold on. I felt uncomfortable.
You felt uncomfortable. That's the important part. That's the only important part of that entire story. Then, if you felt uncomfortable,
I felt uncomfortable with them sitting there.
I don't care.
Talking like that and saying what they're. So I'm sitting there going, where's your mom and dad? What did they not? I'm sure their parents just like you guys, like you said. You come in here, come home. Mm-hmm. That's not something that we want to hear in this house.
Yeah.
So you wait till you get out. And then I understand those.
I'm out and about.
I understand those kids.
Now, if an old, go ahead.
No, go. If
an older black gentleman or woman would walk up to me, I was having a conversation like that with my friends, and somebody would walk up to us like that, and if you're older than me and you were like, "Hey, young sir, I just don't really want to hear that word," I would be like, no problem. I'd have no problem not saying it around another older black person if they came up to me and they were like, I don't want to hear that. Cool. All of us, we ain't going to say that the rest of the time that we're here. That's fine with us. I can respect I think that's one of the disconnects we have also then, is that like we need to have a more open communication with our elders and the youth of, if you feel uncomfortable because there are people out there that don't like that word, we should be able to make you feel comfortable then, right? And that you don't want to hear it, we should be able to do that for you. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Out and about. But in the music, I guess it's just different because it's just that term, literally, it's been 30-something years that term has been used like that. You're not going to just be able to.
No, you're right. We're not going to be able to just shut it off and to make these rappers and comedians stop using that word, stop putting that word out in the diaspora, as they have been. At the end of the day. But again, like I said, I'm from the old school thought. It was never used in our house. It was never used in my mom's house. It was never used in my grandma's house because I was born in time of segregation when that was an ugly word, and you didn't say that to people that you cared about, or even people that you hated. You didn't even say it to people that you hate. But it's just a word that I guess is gonna be around. So I've chosen that if a rapper says that word, like Gorilla, I will not listen to her music at all because I just can't sit there and listen to that word over and over and over and over again. Plus, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, right? Mm-hmm. And the way she talks, she does that on purpose. She does that when we've been home to Memphis, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. All my people in Memphis, do they talk like her? No,
they don't. But I don't know where she's from.
She's from Memphis,
but I don't know exactly.
She's from Mud Bottom, Memphis, right there from Shelby County, where I'm from, where I took you.
How old is
your brother?
How old is she?
I don't know how old she is, but I can tell you. I can tell you she does that on purpose. That's a stick. The way she talks is on purpose.
She's 25.
Yeah.
No, it could definitely be that there are people in the way that
there's
she's
nobody.
at.
No.
Right.
No.
They got kids are out here saying weird stuff already. So.
That's true. That's true. Well, we're gonna go over. I'm just warning you all right now, because usually, like I said, an hour went by. That's just
fast,
right? I told you, it flies by. With everything. So, but with all that said, again, I don't know who to listen to these days. I mean, I go back to Frankie Beverly and Maze. As a matter of fact, I was listening to Frankie Beverly and Maze all day today. You're talking about some music that can get you on that level and keep you there, versus having. And I suggest y'all start listening to Frankie Beverly and Maze. Y'all want to hear some really, really, really good music, and then you don't have to listen to all of that other stuff. What's another artist you got on there that I know that more than likely I'm gonna have something to say about him?
That you might have something to say about him?
Well, you got drill music, you said.
I have drill music, but I also made an entire playlist of music that you should listen to because you would like these artists because they talk about nice things that aren't always like killing and drilling and stuff like that. You just don't get to hear about that was the other thing I was going to point out too. Like the reason that you're so the people are so fixated on like drill rap and gangsta trap rap, like your Futures and stuff like. There you go, Future. Future is somebody that you probably do not like at all.
I don't know what a Future is.
You wouldn't like him.
Oh, I know who he is. He was married to what's her name, Russell.
Yes.
Russell Wilson.
He has a child.
He has a child.
Yep.
I know who
there
Future is.
Future.
Okay, I've never heard his music, but yeah.
Yeah. Is that's what again the white ethos wants to hear. It is that type of music, right? Like hip hop didn't actually win any like Grammys until like later, like much later on in the history of hip hop. It took a very long time for us to break out into the mainstream. And the second we broke it into the mainstream, they ate it up and they only wanted a certain type of hip hop, which was very violent, very boisterous, very, glitz and glam hip hop. We're like, there's an entire alternative side of hip hop that you would love, that they don't get as much spotlight because it's just the drill, shoot 'em up, sell drugs, stuff like that type of hip hop. So like your like Vince Staples, the Toby Naigues, Tierra Whack. I posted a video of hers on your Facebook. Those are very accomplished rappers that, yes, they do say the N-word, but they don't talk about a lot of violent stuff all the time, but they don't get the spotlight like a Future would, They can't do stadium tours or world tours because not enough people want to listen to that music. unfortunately.
And most of the music, well, if you look at the music that's putting out today, one of the things that people say about the music that's put out today is it's to keep the keep some of the black kids down, or give them or take their purpose away from them because of the music. And one of the things that we both pointed out was most of the music of today is listened to by white kids.
Yeah.
And bought by white kids.
Yeah.
Because we do what we kind of do all the time. One person back in the day, one person would buy the the cassette, and everybody would copy the cassette.
Mm-hmm.
Not we didn't all buy the music at all. So with the kids listening to the music today, a lot of the kids who are sitting down there in juvie right now, only thing they care about doing, the only thing they wanted to do is be a rapper, right? We don't have kids today that wants to be electricians, any vocation, or heating and cooling guy like yourself, a framer or anything like your brother. They all want to go out and they want to be rappers. And in order to be a rapper today, you got to say you got to be what? A drug dealer?
No. Little Tecca
is not a drug dealer.
Not a drug. He's never sold a drug in his entire life. He raps about it, but he's like Future. Future's never sold a drug in his entire life either. Nowadays, you don't even have to do the things that you're talking about in your music. Little Uzi Vert, huge pop, huge megastar, doesn't sell drugs. Never shot a gun in his entire life. The man's like 5'3", like he's too short to be hanging out like that. You don't have to do any of that stuff to rap about it. You gotta rap if you want to be a megastar like they are. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to rap about that stuff. But you don't have to do that stuff. Lil Pump, I know you know who Lil Pump is. He was on Donald Trump's campaign speech. He called him Little Pimp or something like that.
Oh, the Little Pimp dude.
Yeah. Lil Pump's not a gangster. I mean, he's a gangster rapper.
I've never heard
his bad. Yeah, he's got one good song.
I've never heard any of his music. The only reason I even know it because Donald Trump called him Little Pump.
Little Pimp.
Little Pimp.
Little Pimp's on the stage.
That's the only reason I know him.
But I mean, that's the same thing for every. You say that all the kids down in juvie just want to be rappers, but what about all the black kids who are on basketball teams that want to be NBA players, but only 1 out of 1 million will be able to do it?
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand because those kids have to get good grades to stay on the team.
Okay.
The kids that wants to be rappers and all this here, half of them don't even go to school.
Yeah, because at that point, I know the English language. I mean, it'd be great. It would be wonderful if we got like English majored rappers. That'd be cool, right? But why would I spend all of this money chasing a degree in which all I have to do is just write?
I know. I'm talking high school.
Yeah, you gotta. Can you not write? At what age?
These kids are not graduating high school, and that's when that's how we get this lie, right? That's how we get this lie talking about school to prison pipeline. That's where that lie comes in, because it's just untrue when you hear people say that crap. Because if it is a school to prison pipeline, that school to prison pipeline started at home. With the way the attitudes of the kids, and most of the kids who have these bad attitudes, they're getting it from, a lot of times, to be honest with you, some of the rappers that they try to emulate.
I mean, couldn't I say the same thing about white people in metal music then? I don't see a bunch of white kids running around doing like school to prison pipeline. Hang on. First of all, school. Have you been to Coon Rapids High School?
Yeah.
It looks like a prison.
Well, That there's a reason why it looked like a prison
All
because
high schools
these
are shaped like prisons.
because these boneheads coming up in there shooting. Well,
but
no.
they tell you where
Anyway.
to go. You have a lunch, right? You go back to class. You got 7 whatever. You're in a fluorescent room, packed to the brim. It's just like prison.
But they have to have some type of structure, though.
Yeah, they should have a better structure then. If they don't want kids to be unruly and dismissive, then they need to have smaller classroom sizes so that when kids are unruly, you're able to actually sit down and be like, what's going on? Instead of that kid is bad and that kid needs to get sent to blah, blah, blah. Because that's the problem then, is that the kids have enough, they're not having enough being able to outwardly express themselves, and immediately they're just labeled as, nope, you're a nail and we need to hammer you down. You need to be the rest of these other nails.
Well, the problem is, as they say, the schools are underfunded, and that's why. Hey, Jordy, schools are underfunded, and that's why we have the situations that we have right now, and that's why we don't have vocation classes in school. That's why we have the literacy rate is where it is right now because they don't believe that the teachers are teaching the kids the right way. Is what they're saying as far as schools go. But my point, Jordy. Yeah, he's gonna walk on those. The door must be open.
That way.
Come on, Jordan. Yeah, you go over there. Go over there and lay down. Have a seat for a second. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But the classes and the way that this state is running the schools is what has put us in the situation that we're in. And I equate to, like I said, and I have to go back to some of the music that is out there is also plays a part in some of these kids and the way that they act sometimes. Because they're trying to emulate
Yep.
their rapper hero that's out there right now, and some of these rapper heroes that are out there right now are not someone these kids should be emulating, should be trying to be like, it should be copying when it comes to how these kids should carry on with their life. Like I said, I wish before they try to be these big rappers, they get their diploma first.
I mean, I also want people to get the diploma, but then if you told me if I lived in abject poverty, and you told me that there was a 1 in a million chance that I could be a rap superstar, right? Wouldn't you take that chance? Wouldn't you be like, this is what my life is like now, and you're telling me that if I just try to be this rapper, that my life could be 10 times what it is right now? Yeah, I'd probably try to take that too. I have no skill for rap though, so.
But there again, if I said I could, this plumber makes $50 an hour.
Yep.
Right. I want you to get a diploma so you can get out of poverty.
Yeah.
Then that's not the way the kids want to do though.
No.
The kids will want to do what you just said. That's the problem. That's the problem that I have. That's the problem that I have with how we are working in the black community.
I think it's because we have been shown, because I went to school and then I dropped out.
Jordy,
right?
Stop it.
I dropped out of college, right? And then I have all this debt. And then all my friends who did go to school and they do have the degrees, none of them are doing what they went to the degree for.
True.
So a lot of the times, too, it's like, especially the generation below us has been like, look, my older brother went to college, and now he's back living at home with my mom, right? And he's looking for a job and he can't find one. Well, why would I go to school? Like, why would I go to college to waste all this money to do that? And then you look at what it's like to be a plumber, and half the guys, like I do what I do, but then at the same time, I look at half the guys that are in my whatchamacallit, and they hate it. They talk about it all the time. They're like, I hate this job. Like, to be a plumber is a lot of work. And it's hard on your body, you know? And by the time if you start at 18, shoot, by the time you're 40, your hands are just like, they don't work right the same way anymore. So like manual labor to destroy your body and be a rapper. And you can never have to, you have nice manicured hands all the time.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. I wish we could get more black people in the trades. I push for it all the time. You know, it's not a bad gig.
I wish we can get more black people being school teachers.
Yeah.
That's what.
You don't pay enough though.
Yeah.
No. I was going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they don't pay enough. This doesn't make any sense. Why would I do this?
True. And that's the problem. And that's one of the things that I see as the reason why our kids are where they're at. We don't pay these teachers enough. I believe these teachers needs to be paid. They have our future in their hands.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me that we don't have the money to pay them a livable wage so they don't have to be out here having second jobs. I've got a problem with that. And what makes me mad is the guy who called himself our governor was a school teacher. So I would think he would be more inclined in making sure that these teachers got a raise or we had the right teachers to teach our children. This is the reason why I go after these people who are in these seats, because they don't do what's right, whether it's a Republican or whether it's Democrat. They just don't do what's right. Then our kids fail. Our kids go to prison. Our kids get out of prison. And then our kids go back to prison because nobody cared about them before they got there, while they was there, and when they got out. That's the problem that we have with our society on today, when it's all said and done. But anyway, I went on a different tangent there for a second. And there was one, and I should have wrote it down. But what else did you have?
On the music part or the school part?
The music part.
On the music part? I don't know. I just think that it's not as I guess too, those kids who are sitting there in juvie right now, I know that 90% of them probably, if they do listen to, like, let's say a King Von, they also listen to a J. Cole. They also listen to a Kendrick Lamar. I've never met somebody who's so one-sided in their music taste that they're like, all I listen to is drill music and trap music. Like, I listen to everything. I have a very wide spectrum of different types of music that I like to listen to. Are there some days that I will just listen to gangster trap music? Yeah. Are there other days that I like R&B music? Yep. Alternative, Latin hip hop. You have to be able to move around and stuff like that, you know? And I think that is, if anything, maybe the solution would be to if you have it where kids are just listening to, for saying that the media is pushing one type of music, which is ultra violent and sexual music, that then maybe we then have to lift the alternative hip hop genre up more. People need to go to these people's shows and listen to them more and stream them more, so that then we can get them more popular?
Well, again, I can go back to when you ever heard of the group called 2 Live Crew?
Yes, there was one of the things that popped up today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were nasty. Just flat out, flat nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And I bring them up because that I listened to the 2 Live Crew. I listened to and I looked and I saw the things that Luke Campbell was doing out there with women.
Mm-hmm.
I, as a young man, I didn't see a problem with that
At the time.
Yeah. But now looking back on it, the type of music that the 2 Live Crew put out,
Okay.
the things that they did to women, I should have treated the 2 Live Crew like I treated Nelly when Nelly ran the credit card down the girl's butt. I left Nelly alone.
So hang on a second. So there you go. See, but at one point it was okay.
At one point, I was when I was coming up.
Yup.
Yes.
It was okay. So you've gotta give Gorilla and Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj and all of these young people that chance. When you're in between you're 18 and you're 28 years old, you're gonna listen to all of that stuff.
Right. But no, the reason I can't give them the chance is, again, because I realize how bad that situation was.
I mean,
how
I don't know
bad
what was happening with those people. I don't know what happened. What happened
with
those
2 Live Crew?
Yeah. What was?
Oh, it was just, it's raunchy. It was raunchy music.
I mean, did they come out saying that like there was like abuse or something like that?
Well, you know, they came out saying "me so horny, me and love you long time."
Oh, it's just raunchy music. Yeah, it's raunchy music. Yeah. What's wrong with raunchy music?
Well, back then, I would have to say not too much because but like I said, once you start realizing how that they're treating these women and, you know, calling them hood rats and things of that sort, you kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, we're not going to do this. I can't do this anymore. So, and I just used 2 Live Crew for that reason on there. I'll put him out get up here in a second so he can leave people alone because Jordy will get on your nerves.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't see a problem
Come
with
here,
raunchy
Jordy.
music.
Come here.
That's just the type of music people are listening to.
Right.
You know? Like, as long as you're not hurting nobody or harming nobody, it should be perfectly okay and fine. And I think that's where you get your Gorillas and your Nickies and your Little Kims, is that for so long that music has been, that women have been used, especially black women, have been used as the focal point for sexuality in that music, that they were like, all right, fine. Y'all want to see a girl shake her butt or whatever like that? Fine. As long as I'm the one getting paid to do it. Because half the time those models and those videos weren't getting paid that well, right? They were just going from music video to the music video, getting used up. So now these girls have been like, I can just do that. And I can get paid millions of dollars. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Some of them can rap.
Some of them.
Yeah.
He act like he can't go up and ask Mom to let him out. He's got to come down here and get me. He comes down and get me, and I have to run upstairs just to let him out because he want to ask his mom to let him out so he can go potty. That's his thing. So, but anyway, I don't know if we actually touched. I mean, solved anything.
Nope.
With that whole situation. When it comes to music and what type of music people should listen to, I guess I look at it and say people should just listen to what they want to.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think my thing was I just want to clear up the whole Kendrick Lamar. Well, did you get the message?
Did I get the message?
Yes, to what
Yeah.
what he was saying. What was he? What was his? What did you?
It was a
give me your thought in his message.
It was a 3-act play that he put on. So the first act was him, basically like the GNX album, him just rapping, right? Like really raw and like who he is. And then Samuel L. Jackson got up there and was like, "You're being too loud, too ghetto. So you're not playing the American white society game that they want to hear. They just want to hear you do your hits. They just want you to shuck and jive." So that's what he did then. He played humble. He played damn, which are like things that everybody in the crowd would know, right? Because GNX, the first couple songs that he played, you'd have to be listening to Kendrick because it just came out. Those songs just came out a couple months ago. So then after that, he does his hits, and then Samuel L. Jackson, he's like, "Yeah, see, you know how to play it." He's like, "Now just don't mess this up. Keep doing the hits." And then that's when Kendrick broke into basically him going back to what he wanted to do in the very beginning, and then also tying Drake back into everything all over again. Because this really has just been about Drake the entire time. All of this has been about Drake.
Well, one of the things that you, I don't know if you noticed, what I liked that he did was just the street light.
Yeah, that part? That was cool, right?
And you know what that was about.
I assumed that it was because they were all men, all wearing white T-shirts on a street light. So like, I don't know, like a reimagine of what it's like to be like there on the street, something like that.
Well, the street light represent how we were told to come home.
Ah.
So the street lights were saying when the street lights come on, you need to be in the house because nothing good happens. And the guys was in white was a prison yard, basically saying if you're out past a certain time, more than likely the cops are going to come get you. If you're out past when the street lights come on and you get in trouble, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what he was saying, because in the black community, when those street lights came on, you were in the yard. Because if you're not in the yard, more than likely the police are going to get you and you were going to jail. So that's why we was all told when the street lights. So that I thought that was pretty cool for him to put that in there. And I kind of wanted to see how many people knew what he was saying there with that street lights and everybody. And the dude, and the funny part about it, there was a dude on top of the street light. That's how it was in the community. You had people climbing up there, laying on top of the street light.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could get all there.
They did that a lot. So I thought that was pretty cool. I got that part, that one I got that right. I mean, like, boom, got that right away. Also, I got right away was the division of the American flag.
Yep.
Right. I also like when he put in there the red guys representing the blood of the black man in that flag, because our blood is about the red, white, and blue of the flag.
Yes. Yep.
Right. I also like that he used the flag to say that America was built on the backs of black people.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool in that message that he put there. It was a lot that he put in that message. I also thought it was pretty cool that Samuel L. Jackson played your Uncle Sam, but in our community, he was playing as we put it sometime, the coon, saying, calm down, be nice, be good, be fiddler, be that slave that's going to be good to massa on there. So a lot of people, I think, a lot of people was concentrating on hearing his song, I think that's the part that was missed by a lot of people.
I think it wasn't I don't think it was missed by anybody. That was supposed to. It was for. I don't know a lot of black people who didn't. If you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook. I have not seen one black person who did not understand every piece of symbolism that was happening in that.
Well, in that case, now that you say that, then I'll say it because a lot of people won't say it. That he wasted 18 minutes of the Super Bowl.
Why?
Because if he was giving us, because black people are not going to heed to that message.
No, but it's a nice. You don't know that.
Oh, I do.
But what if there's like you know the story of why Kendrick Lamar became a rapper?
No.
Kendrick Lamar became a rapper, or he got the ember of becoming a rapper during the L.A. I think it was during the L.A. riots. There was a point in which he saw Tupac or something like that. His dad hoisted him on his shoulders, and he saw Tupac at some point and stuff like that. And he was like, "That's cool. I want to be like that." And then he became a rapper. So who was to say that a young black child got to watch a black rapper do the Super Bowl for the first time and watched that entire thing and was like, I liked that. I liked that a lot. And then now goes on to become some type of creative director or a movie artist or something like that, and then makes art like that later on. How do we not know that right there made the next Kendrick Lamar for the future?
Yeah, why? Because the message that Kendrick Lamar was putting out to black people was to get involved in your civic duties. Be part of what's going on at that Capitol, right? Make sure that the millions of dollars that are flowing into the black community right now are going to the people that should be helping the black community.
Wait,
right?
You're saying this is what Kendrick Lamar was trying to say?
If we take his message for what it is.
Kendrick Lamar's message was that you don't try to play nice for master. Do what you're going to do. Always be your authentic black self. That's what I got from Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so we're just supposed to walk around being authentically black.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be part of society to move our people forward.
Whose society?
Any society. The society of today. Because we don't have a choice of whose society that we're being a part of.
Are you trying to say that you want black people to get more into the civics of the government?
Yeah.
I'm okay on that. I would say.
So how do we move forward if we're not part of what is going on down there at the Capitol?
How do we move
forward? How do we move forward as a people?
We would, in my wildest dreams, what we would do is we would start our own coalition like the Black Panthers did. A small city roots campaign that we don't need the government for. Because the second, I think watching shows sometimes too, I don't know if you ever seen the House of Cards, but it shows how once you get into politics, there's a game that gets played in politics, and everybody plays that game, no matter who you are, from your Bernie Sanders to your Chuck Schumers to your who's the dude who looks like a turtle who's a Republican, the Speaker of the House or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, him. There's a game that gets played the second you get into that stratosphere of type of politics and stuff like that you play. So the only way for us as black people to be able to make it in however you want to say make it is to come together ourselves and start back doing what we were doing back beforehand, where we not consolidate power, because buying black, all that doesn't really work, but just helping the communities that we live in now, and we don't need to go to the city and ask for all this stuff, because at the end of the day, your Tim Waltz, yes, was a teacher, but understands that we can afford to spend all this money on a new stadium, but we can't afford to pay our teachers. That's how the game works. So we have to go outside the game if we want anything to actually work in our favor.
But it takes all of us.
Sure. Oh yeah, Rainbow Coalition.
No, I'm not even talking about Rainbow Coalition. I'm just talking about black folks.
Okay.
To get black folks to do that is like pulling a donkey over the side of a mountain.
Because it's hard. You already have it where like most of the people that you're talking
but
about.
It shouldn't be hard because they see the same thing we see.
I'm talking about time-wise, though.
Okay.
Like, not everybody has the time to be able to go to a lot of these things that you want them to go to. A lot of people work multiple jobs, or the job that they work is very hard. And so by the time they get home, they just want to rest. So it's like, I've always noticed that a lot of the time, the older you get, the more into community that you become. And as a younger person, you're running around trying to live your life as much as possible. Not saying there aren't young people out there who do outreach work there's tons of them, but majority of the time, when you're in your later life, at that point, you're like, what can I do to give back? How can I help? You know? And a lot of times people in my age, we just don't got time for that. We're just trying to work and get this money and buy a house and find a girl or a guy to be with, you know? We're not as established as other people are. So then I guess to worry about the crux of society, most people are just trying to worry about how they're going to meet somebody.
True. But then again, well, you just said something. When I was young, and you know this, I saw where the black community was heading. I saw the wrongs that was happening in the community, to want to step up and help during your Murder-Apollos days.
In my Murder-Apollos.
In the Murder-Apollos days. When we lived on 2729 North 3rd Street.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of all of that shooting and killing and all of that their type of stuff. We saw where the community was headed, but nobody in the community wanted to step up and do anything to help. I guess what I'm trying to get at is, in order for us to get somewhere, we all have to come together to get there. And it's hard to get us to come together to get to where we need to go. That's what I'm saying. We see the problems, right? The problem is there. Kids are shooting and killing each other. Kids are walking out of school, can't read, single moms, the whole nine. But it's just so hard to pull us all together to say, let's make a difference. I, too, want to get from up under the government, just like you said. But if we can't come together as a people, we will never get from up under the government.
But what do you want? What's your goal? What is it that you want?
The goal is to get people out of the so-called ghetto. To make people understand that they don't have to live the way that they're living.
It's impossible under capitalism, though. You'll always have a lower class of people.
Well, oh yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But we can pick up as many of those people as we going forward as we can. And if we go back, the problem, one of the problems that I definitely always have is black people who make it. They get on the elevator and they go up, right? And they never send the elevator back down. They don't never come back and help the community put other people on the elevator, lift you up so you can go somewhere. It's just like this here. You know how many black podcasters out there who are up here?
Yeah.
That you would think would come down and get lower tier podcasters like myself and bring me up with them.
But you just aren't looking. I would say that there are black people that do go back. There are people who ride the elevator up and they do come back down. You just have they're just yeah, you're right. There's not enough of them, but there are some of them.
There are some,
and those are the ones that you champion and you look towards. You don't worry about the ones that aren't helping, because what's the point, and trying to force them or shame them into doing it. They ain't going to do it. So you just worry about the ones that you got. At the end of the day, Nipsey Hussle. As much as I don't like Tyler Perry.
What's wrong with Tyler Perry?
There's tons of stuff wrong with Tyler Perry.
All right.
There's tons of things wrong with him. But I mean, I think having it that we all want something different, and we all want the same thing, which is prosperity, but we all want to get it in different ways. So trying to have, and everybody wants to lead. That's the other issue too.
Yeah, there you go.
So trying to have it where we all come together in our separate groups, but with the Rainbow Coalition, like how Fred Hampton did it, where he went around and he got blacks and he got people who from like the KKK, LGBTQIA community, getting all of those people, the people who are downtrodden and not high society, getting those people and
right.
and everybody having the same problem and whatever might be a thing too. But I don't know how you get everybody on the same page for all that. I guess you just keep doing what you're doing. It's at some point, hopefully, it gets better.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I've always preached what you had said before: a rainbow coalition of people, or you can call it a poor people's campaign, because there's enough poor people out there that want things to change, whether you're black, white, orange, purple, green, that want things to change that we can bring together to make a difference. And that's pretty much what I plan to do in this campaign. I want to deal with the people who feel that their voice is never heard. And the voices that are never heard are usually the poor people, are the voices that's usually never heard.
Do you guys have a plan for all of those people though? So I assume that you have a plan for like black people because you are black, right? And I assume that for the people who are in the rural community, you have a plan for them. But what about like LGBTQIA? Like, what's how are you going to appeal to them as a person for their needs and what they are wanting for?
Well, lucky enough, I was able to sit down with a group of gay people, one trans person, and if you want to say LGBTQIA people, to understand their plight also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not taking this. I'm taking this serious. This is something that, like I said, it's been in the works. I didn't just wake up and say this is something I want to do. So I made sure I reached out to the people who I know would be, out there that needs to be heard. As far as the gay, the lesbian groups of people. And I'll tell you exactly what I told them. Do I believe in gay marriage? No, I don't. Do I believe in a civil union, two people getting together? All day long. If two people want to get together, that's fine. But the word marriage was one that is dedicated to, like, you and your wife, Mom and I. It was never meant for what the Democrats have tried to make the word marriage mean. Do I believe that if Steve and Steve are together and one gets sick, this person has a right to go into the hospital? Because that's what this is all about. Because they was denying these people who are with someone, they was denying them the right to go into a hospital when their partner got sick. Right? Their partner gets sick, and they're like, "Well, you can't you can't come in the hospital because you really have nothing to do with this person." I believe if Steve and Steve are together, then that person they should have health care together. Okay. That person should be able to go into a hospital room if that person has a sick partner. Anything that is set to make their lives comfortable, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have zero problem with that at all.
They not to speak for the group, but they
True.
probably would not like that 100%.
No, I know that. No,
Yeah.
and look, black people are not going to like what I have to say 100%. White people are not going to like what I have to say 100%. Asian people are not going to. Everybody's going to have something to say. But when it's all said and done, if they sit back and think about the things that I have said and the things that I'm going to say, they can be mad at me. Then they're going to go, he's kind of right. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, because we're not here to hurt anybody. We're here to say we want to work with you to make your life better. Let me know what I can do. Let me know what you need, and let me know how I can go forward to do that for you. That's what it is. At the end of the day. So we'll see how everything comes out from that point. Because right now, look, as things are now, I can't make it any worse. Period. Point blank. Not with the way things are going and how the Democrats have ran the state of Minnesota. I can't make it any worse. Other than finding a way to make it snow forever.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, Tim Walz made it so that kids could eat free, and there's
every kid should be able to eat free no matter what.
Yeah, but that wasn't a thing before he actually signed it into law.
And the Republicans, they've got to fight everything, and try to make things hard, and they half of them have no sense at all. That's why the Republican Party here in Minnesota is in the shape that it is in now, because there's no leadership and there's no one running it. So I don't even worry about the Republican Party.
Oh.
Especially when it comes to certain things, because they have nobody to listen to.
Say, is not that terrible here. I don't know everything that's going on with the politics of Minnesota, but
it could be a lot better than the way things are going right now. Your taxes on your house shouldn't be as high as they are.
Oh, my taxes aren't that bad. So I'm like
with everything.
If they could be lower, cool. But I'm not struggling how much I'm paying for my house.
Right. But we need to make sure everybody feels the way that you do.
But I mean,
and not everybody feels that way when it comes to their houses. And they're paying taxes for things that they shouldn't pay taxes for.
Well, what are they paying taxes for?
Well, there's almost $500 million that a group of people stole. That's your tax money.
Oh, we talking about that math that I did on Facebook the other day? Is that the $500 million you're talking about?
No.
This is something over 6 years they took.
No, that's something different.
Okay.
Yeah, that's something different. But you should know where your tax money is going for, to clean your streets. I mean, things of that sort.
But it's impossible for that to happen.
No, it's not impossible, son.
So are you gonna have it where every year the IRS?
We will audit the nonprofits and where the money is going in Minnesota every single year.
Do they not do that now?
No.
Oh, they should do that all the time.
They should do that all the time. There should be an audit for every
Sure.
service
Yeah.
in the state of Minnesota. I should be able, as lieutenant governor, I should be able to come on TV and give you a breakdown of how your tax money is being spent and how we're able to lower, like I said, I mean, you would want money in your pocket and not be able to pay an arm and a leg for whatever is going on, utilities or this or that in your house, to be able to put some money back into your house to fix things up. I mean, that to me is true home ownership. I mean, you own your home. You're not paying rent or anything of that sort. You should be able to put some type of money into your home to make sure that when you sell it, that you're getting your money back out of your home when you put and for us
into it? Yeah.
right, and for us to do that and to help homeowners do that, we've got to make sure that we're not taxing you like crazy. Whether it's at the store, whether it's your property tax or this or whatever.
So then, would you take it a step further and make it so that any Minnesotan, there's a website where at any point in time I can see how all that's happening? Then, like, instead of having to wait for you to get on to tell me what's like how much this is being spent, there should just be a website that shows that
that can be done.
This amount of money was sent there. But then once because then the other thing is like, okay, the audit's done, but are you trying to show to make sure? Because I know that in California they did that thing with the tents, where like each tent cost like $300 when like the tents didn't actually cost $300.
That's right.
Right.
That's
but
right.
then, is it one of those things where it's like the tent didn't cost $300, but are they actually paying $300 for a tent, or are they saying for the work to put the tents up, it costs $300 for someone to go get the tents, bring the tents back, set up the tents, find the people to go get the people for the tents, bring the person back to the tent. All of that costs $300 per tent.
What I'm saying, yeah. So if we go out, if the city goes out or the state goes out and buys 10 tents,
yep,
with taxpayers' money,
yep,
I should be able to show you how much those tents cost.
Okay.
And where we put those tents.
Sure, yeah.
Now, there's money that goes into Minneapolis that goes to these organizations that they can't tell you where the money is. They can tell you what organization they gave the money to, but they can't tell you what the organization did with the money because there's no checks and balances on all this money that's going into Minneapolis. That is taxpayers' money.
That's just the government, because like I said, the Pentagon does that too.
Well, yeah, that's the government.
The government is like that,
right? And the government shouldn't be like that.
But they don't want you. But the government will.
And that's what I want to change.
If you can change that, by golly gee, because
that's what I want to change.
I feel as if it is set up like that for a reason.
Yeah, it's set up there so they can waste money, so they can throw money away.
But I mean, like, to get into. By all means, I will vote for you, Father. But
I appreciate that, son.
By all means, that is the reason why there is a chance that you will not win. Because the powers that be will not allow someone to be able to go in and do that. Because
I know that.
You will flip the game.
I know that.
Yeah.
It's like you know what? We can hate Trump all he wants, but Trump is shaking up the system.
Oh no, we hate Trump, and Trump is doing nothing good.
No, he's shaking up. He's moving some things in the system. No, but whether it's terrible or not, but there's things that are coming out right now that money is going to different places, and that money don't need to be going.
Where's the money going?
Be going to different. Well, you got money that's going overseas.
That always happens.
Well, you know what?
That happens under any.
I would cut it. I would cut it right now.
Wait, where's the money going overseas? What's the problem with the money going overseas? Where? Are you talking about the Yusuf or the what is it? What is that agency calls that helps people? They were trying to say that we paid like $15 million in condoms or something like that.
Yeah, that was a lie.
Is that what you're talking? Oh, okay.
No, that was
we
a
have
bold.
to send money overseas.
we need to know, just like the guy from what Rwanda said, we're sending all of this food, all of this money over there, and people are storing these things in barns and not giving the money or not giving the food to the people.
In Rwanda?
Yes.
In the African countries?
Yep, they're not feeding the people. They're storing these warlords.
Yeah.
Okay, so why not send the military over there? We take out these We take out these warlords.
That's why we have warlords.
We take out these warlords.
We did that already.
Well, we didn't do it right.
No, we did. We did the entire reason why Africa's the way it is.
We didn't do it right.
Don't go over there.
We didn't do it. We sent the wrong ones over there.
No,
anyway.
I was gonna say, we can get in Africa. I can tell you exactly why it is the way it is. It's an internal problem is the issue now.
Well, anyway, hey, we are way over. We usually get here and like I said, we usually do an hour. We are over, so I just want to say thank you to all those who chimed in and listened to a little bit of ranting that we had to do. I definitely appreciate you. And anything you got to say before we sign off?
Hi.
For those who just jumped on, just to let you know, this is my oldest son, Jared. So he wanted to come over, and we started the
music.
We started the podcast off about music because, again, like I said, we had to clear up the Kendrick Lamar halftime show and what he said and what he didn't say and who could understand it, who couldn't understand it. One of those deals. But we're going to end the night like we always end the night, realizing and understanding that we serve honestly a mighty, mighty God, a mighty good God. A God that I can tell you right now that will pick you up, turn you around, and make your life whole, totally different. A God that no matter what you've done, no matter what you've seen, no matter what you've said, and no matter who you stabbed in the back, that will make sure that all your days are good. And he can make you as white as snow. So I'm just saying that to each and every one of you that realize and to recognize that God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. I thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us tonight. We so appreciate you. More than likely, I will see you on Wednesday. For those who hung out with us with Dexter Taylor on Sunday, I ask each and every one of you to go on to YouTube. I can say that now. Pull that video and text it out to somebody. Somebody has somebody else that they know that will more than likely be able to help Dexter get himself out of prison. And we'll definitely appreciate that. But anyway, hey, no matter what happens, I'm asking you to keep a smile on your face. And you know what we do with those smiles? We go out and we smile at somebody, so somebody smile back at you. Thank you, fam. Y'all have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Peace, and we out.